to Eugene. We're excited about the challenge of playing however you look at it, you know, the number 2 or 3 ranked, whatever, one of the top ranked teams in the country. It's a great challenge for us to go on the road for a second week in a row. You know, we are a young, developing team. We're in the infancy stages of what we want to be, and this is just a great opportunity for us to get better. So you couldn't write a better script for us, you know, coming off a really tough loss to Stanford and getting a chance to go up to Autzen and play against this group. It keeps you focused, that's for sure, and I saw it in the way we practiced today. So it should be great, man. If you love to compete, which these guys do and our coaches do and I do, then these are the kind of games that your juices just get going for.
Not all at once.
Well, there's some tension in the ranks today. Let's talk about the O-line, okay? Let's talk about injuries, all right? Jordan James is getting closer. Not sure where he'll be. Got good reports back on Simon Goins, so we're hopeful that he'll be ready on Saturday. Eric Kendricks, as you saw, practiced today. We put him in a red jersey, but he practiced, and he looked really good, feels good. Connor McDermott, I'm just going to tell you right now that he will not be able to play. He separated that shoulder again. It popped out. They had to pop it back in on the field. So, hey, here's what you do. You line up 11 on every play, hopefully not 10, hopefully not 12, and you compete your butt off, and that's what our plans are.
How are the young guys on the offensive line performing for you?
Well, you know, Caleb and Alex, it's a challenge for them every week, you know, especially these 2 weeks going against really fine players and good schemes and different things, and they're doing a nice job. They have their mistakes, you know, they have their space outs or their mental errors. You saw a couple of them the other day. We fired out before, you know, anyone was even in their stance. You know, I think you're going to see that from young guys. But what's important is that they're good football players that come out here and they work hard every single day. It's important to them to get better, and we're confident that if they just keep playing, they're going to get better, and those things are going to go away. You know, I believe that last week we started 7 true freshmen, if you include the punter, against one of the best teams in America, and we took it down to the end. It was 17-10 there with, you know, what, 2:29 or whatever left on the clock, and I think that's a testament to the way our guys compete. I think it's a testament to our coaching. We're in no way satisfied with the loss, and we're not making excuses with the youth, but what I'm pointing out is that the future looks pretty damn bright here with some of these young guys playing, and they go out and they compete their tails off, so I'm proud of those guys.
Have they determined whether the bruise is on the tissue or the kidney?
That would be a medical question that I am certainly not qualified to answer.
You have doctors on staff?
It's on the tissue.
It's on the tissue.
I can't tell you if it's the kidney tissue or just the back tissue, but it's on some tissue in there. He's going to be fine. He's going to be good.
Is he going to play?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he practiced. He did everything today, except we kept him in the red just to limit the contact, but he was out here and he was rolling. And Eric Kendricks, it's going to take a lot to keep that guy down. I mean, he's a freaking great player. He's a tremendous competitor, heck of a leader. He's got, you know, he's got the spirit that you love on your team.
How crucial is Simon Goins to that offensive line, just given that if you were to miss time, especially with Connor out, you might have to move X out and then you have to answer a question at left guard? Is he kind of that crucial piece that if he plays, you don't have to make all those switches? If
he plays, at least we can have some consistency through the last few games, you know, since Utah when Torian went out. You know, it was tough on Saturday. 3 of our top 4 tackles were out. You know, so we were scrambling a little bit. And to Coach Clem's credit, he did a good job of patching things together in there. So hopefully Simon plays. If he doesn't, I promise you this, there'll be 5 guys out there and they'll be competing their tails off.
Where does Marcus rank in terms of quarterbacks you've seen on film in the last 2 years?
Marcus is a really good football player. He's one of the best I've seen. You know, I've seen some good ones, and I don't want to rank them. I'll just say this: I haven't seen any better. I mean, I love this kid. I got a chance to meet him at the Pac-12 Media Days. What a great kid! Plays with great composure, poise, sees the field well, has an excellent release, has a strong arm, can run, never panics. He's got speed. I had a couple guys ask me last night, NFL guys, if I thought he could play at the next level. I was like, have you not watched him? I mean, he'll rip it up at the next level. And this guy's ripping it up at this level. He's special. He's really special. Got a lot of respect for him. Love to watch him play. I don't know how excited I am to watch him play Saturday night.
So no ulterior motive telling the NFL guys that he could play in the NFL?
I was hoping they could. There's some teams up there that could use a quarterback. If they could have a supplemental draft today and someone would take him, that would be awesome.
What if they took Brett?
That wouldn't be so awesome.
That would be so okay.
It's hard to rattle him, you know, and you just watch his face, watch his facial expressions in a game. You know, when you're watching him on TV, he never looks rattled, never. You know, I think the important thing you do is you have some balance in your rush. You do an excellent job in coverage. You keep your shoulders square on defense. You tackle well. You understand that he's probably going to make some plays on you with his legs, and he's probably going to get out of trouble and throw it down the field a little bit, and you don't panic. You just regroup and you play the next play. I think that's what you got to do. I think you see teams sometimes panic. They get caught up in the emotion of the play, and then the next play turns into a negative. And I don't think you can do that.
Past quarterbacks in that Oregon offense have kind of been written off as system guys, quote unquote. What makes him not a system guy in that?
6'3.5", a rocket arm, incredible intelligence, great poise, 4.4 speed, fearless attitude. He just can do it all. It wouldn't matter what system he was in, he'd be excelling.
How much more difficult is it to stop him when a guy like D'Anthony Thomas is out there in the mix as well?
They got weapons all over, man. It's they got weapons all over the field. I mean, it's just a challenge. You know, we got a defense that's got some speed on it, though. You know, so that gives us a fighting chance. And we're going to go out and we're going to compete. And we're going to compete. I don't know what the score is going to be. I don't know how it's going to end up, but I can tell you this: the UCLA Bruins will go compete their tails off on Saturday night.
Last week's test was probably the most physical test for the defense. This week, is this definitely the biggest test of their speed, I guess?
So far, yeah, so far. And I haven't looked at the teams we're playing in the future and where they are in terms of speed, but this team they got burners all over the place. So it's going to be great. I'm fired up about it.
Do you prep your defensive backs for a game like this?
Mentally? Well, you know, it's not just... The thing about Oregon is I think that there's this misconception that they just sling it all over the yard. They run the football. They are extremely balanced. They might be the most balanced football team we've faced. You know, Stanford was pretty balanced, maybe a little more towards the run. But Oregon's very, very balanced. So it's not just about the pass, it's about the run too. So it's really about all 11, you know, being in the right spot and having trust on every play. And like I said, not panicking, you know, understanding that they might catch a ball or two. They're going to make some plays. You know, that's how they're built. It's lining up and playing the next snap and forgetting what just happened and moving on.
Last week you talked about there being kind of a heightened sense in the locker room. Is it a different feeling this week, more of just a more serious back-to-work type of feeling?
These guys are pretty consistent. I think that's what we're trying to be. You know, regardless of who we're playing, where we're playing, what the ramifications are, I think the way you build consistency is to try to build a consistent mindset every week. You know, and not get up for one game and then have another game not be as impactful, and then you're back up and back down, and then you play like that. What we're trying to grow here, and we're growing it, it's just, you know, it's not in bloom yet, it's just a consistency of preparation and a consistency of performance, and taking everybody as a serious challenge and trying to play to a certain standard every week. I think that's the best way to become a great football team. All right?
Thanks, guys.